That's a good name for a band.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jason Tucker, and this is WP Watercooler, episode number 358. Today, we're talking about stuff we love in WordPress. Before we go around the room and get everyone introduced, I want to let you know about our friends over at ServerPress, makers of desktop server. They make local WordPress development easy. Go check them out over at serverpress.com. We appreciate them for helping us out. Thank you very much, ServerPress. So let's go around the room real quick, get everyone introduced. Cosper, start us off. You got a party going on over there.
Hey, everybody. You all know who it is. It's Jason Cosper, a.k.a. Fat Mullenweg. Just happy to be here. Happy to talk about some of my favorite things. You get a plugin. You get a plugin. We all get plugins.
What is with you dropping the show thing in your intro? What is that?
Oh, Say, you got to up your game, girl. How about you? Tell us about yourself, Say.
Oh, man. Cosper's like, and right out of the gate. I was wondering if people fast forward through this part or if they like wait to see
I definitely want to right now.
Yeah. Who am I? I'm Say Reed. I make WordPress, teach WordPress, preach WordPress. Some things, sayreedmedia.com. No, not .com. At the things. I don't know. Whatevs. Sup, I'm here.
Awesome.
Perfect
Good
intro.
to have you.
Perfect.
Russ, how about you? Tell us about yourself.
My name is Russell Aaron. I do things with WordPress in Las Vegas, all over the age of 21. It's cool, everybody. So I, have been missing going to meetups and going to WordCamps, and, I've that WordPress bug. I want that community back.
Same here. Steve, how about you?
I'm Steve Zango. I'm the founder of Zeek Interactive, and I run the OC WordPress Meetup, which is now meeting online. So we had our first one last month, and we're going to have our next one. Well, actually, the Dev Meetup meets on Monday.
Ooh, nice. Awesome. I'm Jason Tucker. You can find me over at Jason Tucker on Twitter. My website is jasontucker.blog. I do this show as well as another show called WP Blab. We just recorded that earlier. We talked about UX and UI design and how that is actually marketing. And so feel free to go take a look at that. And yeah, it's good stuff. We had a good time.
Everything is marketing, right?
Everything is marketing.
Literally,
but then if we just said everything's marketing, we'd have one episode and then we'd be done. And so
you would talk about everything. You'd have all the episodes.
Here's how an avocado will make you gross revenue over your annual quarter.
Well, isn't the truth of it? Don't we really only have one episode? We just keep talking about the same stuff over and over again.
Basically.
This is just WP Groundhog Day is what it's called.
I just got distracted by, I'm totally like over here reading Cosper's blog. I'm like, clicked. I was like, oh, he has a link. And I'm like over here just reading it. I'm like, cool. Oh, he's friends with Zines. Oh, wait, are we doing a show? That's right. I should be reading a blog right now. No problem.
So let's talk a little bit about things we love. And especially within WordPress and the different things that we've been kind of playing around with and using and that sort of thing. So let's drop some links, and if you guys have anything, feel free to put them in the private chat, and I'll make sure that we get those added into the show notes.
Well, I'm a fan of blue satin sashes and brown paper packages tied up with string. What? Sound of Music reference drop in the house. It's totally the audience, you guys.
Oh, it's totally the audience.
Totally the audience.
I've been playing with Scott Bollinger's plugin called Hollerbox. I've been redoing my website and I wanted to have pop-ups, but I didn't want to install an actual pop-up thing. And so I've been using Hollerbox, and it's like, yeah, HOLLER box. And they actually have a pro version, but the free version is pretty powerful, and it works good for a notice message or like a bar at the top, a bar at the bottom. Hollerbox is really cool, and this is definitely marketing.
Let me ask you a question. Recently, with all this, I'm going to say it, COVID stuff going on, I've gotten a lot of questions about top banners. You know what I mean, like above post pre-header banners, like on top of the header.
Yeah, sure.
I think they're called Dickbars.
Yeah.
Tick bars, yeah, tickers, whatever you want to call them.
Dickbars.
No, I'm not saying that. But sure, you can call it that if you want. Is it called that because it's lame? Wait,
No, it's named after Dick Costello.
No,
from
it's a very
Twitter,
small
who-
plugin. It's a very small plugin.
Oh my god!
no, okay.
Wow. I gotta tell you, this conversation, this is one of my favorite things in WordPress.
Just the community, like this is hallway camp at its best, I think. But with Hollerbox,
Wait. But just real quick, I just want to say we totally invented hallway chat, and that was absolutely from here, and now it is literally everywhere. So
Yeah, we even had a show called Hallway Chat.
Yeah.
I know the whole hallway track, but like it is now literally in the posts about all the WordCamps getting canceled. It was in the WordCamp Europe thing. Like everyone's like, we'll miss our hallway track, and I'm like, we made that. I just wanted to point that out. That's all. That's all I wanted to do. Just want to say.
So
Anyway,
what were you trying to? So you were
Hollerbox.
trying to find a solution that would let you put those notices at the top of the website. That's
yeah,
what you
so
were-
we actually wanted to have a top bar like that too. You know, like when any page loads, it says like, "Hey, to read more," whatever. But what I did was I took a Hollerbox plugin or a Hollerbox pop-up, and I just did CSS on it. And now, if you go to the Plaza Hotel and Casino website at the bottom, it loads a pop-up and it goes CSS, width 100%, and then it sets a cookie and it does everything we wanted it to do, but I didn't have to build anything into the theme. This is just a pop-up, and it's lightweight. Cool. They also have like exit strategies and things like that. Like, hey, before you go, did you know this, and this? So that's why I've been using Hollerbox.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask, because on this particular client's thing, the plan is to redo the website, but it's like, you had to do 10 million things first in order to know what website to build. And I refuse to build websites for people without actual strategies anymore, because F that noise. I did that, been there, done that, and it sucks. So now if you want to work with me, you have to actually like plan things out.
Have content? Oh no.
No, not just content.
You can't be living in a van down by the river.
I just won't just let me fix your website. It's the whole stick on a thing, but I hate that expression, but sometimes it works. Anyway.
Yeah. Hollerbox is
amazing.
I want to ask a question about Hollerbox real quick.
I'm asking about Hollerbox. This is just
then ask it.
I'm trying. Look, I'm working around my own brain, okay?
My fast forward button isn't working.
Point is, the theme is trash and totally jacked up. And I really, you like touch it and it's got like, it's got a Revelation slider like 3 versions ago. And it's like basically held together by like paper clips.
5.2.
Yeah, it's nightmare. So would this would actually be a good solution for that, because it's actually popping up above. It has nothing to do with touching the theme, or it's not even moving the theme around.
Yeah, it's basically a plugin, and you say, hey, I want to load it, and you can say on this page, or there's conditionals where these have to be met for this thing to be loaded. There's a lot of controls in the back end, so it's pretty flexible, and I feel like Scott builds a lot of those plugins and sets them up to succeed, and that's why the pro version just he has more add-ons. But for what we're doing, for what we're talking about right now, Hollerbox, the free version, is probably one of the best solutions out there.
I love that you're using the free version on the Plaza
Dude,
website.
we want to do an episode about like all websites that just you believe they're not paying for Gravity Forms, or like they're saying they're on Gravity Forms, but they're on CF7. I see your header. You can't lie.
See, we had a problem
I the
with
source. I know what's up.
We had the same kind of problem that you were having, but it was a little bit of a different take on it. Is that we wanted to add a chat on our website so that people could ask questions and be able to get information about what was coming up over at our organization and kind of all those sorts of things. And so we ended up using a tool called Smallchat. And Smallchat gives you a little box that shows up at the corner. You can click on it. You can say some words, and then it will pop up and tell you, ask you a question, whatever. And what I like about it is it ties into Slack. Yeah. So you just end up with a whole bunch of different little threads, and you just answer one of those threads, and you're good to go.
Ooh.
And that's free.
Live chat, that's free. That's awesome.
That's free.
Live chat and a couple other ones hook into Slack, but they're not free. So that's
that one's free. And you can spend $19 or $39 if you want like auto replies and all that fun stuff. But for the free version, we're working on it just fine, and it's great.
Do you
I
know
love
about the
making
auto replies? Are those things where like if somebody has a keyword in the reply,
Keyword.
it will trigger? Whoa!
Yeah.
Can you
That's
share that link
great.
again?
Yep,
Yeah,
it's called
I-
small.chat.
Small
I
dot
had
chat.
an interaction with one of those bots on Facebook Messenger during the earlier election. I commented on a Pete Buttigieg post snarkily, but it popped right
Wow.
up and it was like, hey, we saw you commented. Would you like to do this? And I was like replying back snarkily to this and having this whole conversation with the bot. And it was like an elaborate conversation. It was really, I was like, wow, someone really programmed the heck out of this bot. Like,
Well, while we're on that subject, I've been using this, which is called MiniChat, and MiniChat lets you build those things. And if you go over to WPwatercooler's website, we actually use MiniChat. That pops up, and if you could talk to the bot, and it'll tell you different things about how you can.
So ManyChat is that a bot only
And you got the
program that plugs into Smallchat or
No, totally separate thing. It just
there
we jumped topics, so I switched.
Yeah, no, it's
along with
okay
you.
because there are some systems that are just the bot, that are just the AI piece that you can plug into things like live chat. I can't remember.
Yeah, and
the
that's
name
what
offhand.
that's what this does. Is it will let you. It ties into Facebook, so it does all the Facebook messaging, but it also does SMS and it does email and a couple other things
I have
too.
a request. I have a request, Jason. Live, you heard it here first. I would like to. If I heard you correctly, WP Watercooler has a bot on our site. Okay, I really want to get my hands on that, and then and then people can just come and chat with our bot and see if they can find the right words. That's all.
Right? No, seriously, like if somebody comes to the site and they say, what's the best plugin? Like I want to have a whole script where it's like, all right, here's where you start. Like, because those are the most annoying questions that you see.
I was not going with useful in my head.
Yeah, say once to troll people with it.
While we're talking about it, there's actually a plugin called Facebook Messenger Custom Chat, and that is just a plugin that you install, and it will set up. You say connect it to this page or to this account, and then anybody can write on your website to Messenger, and it will go right into your inbox. And so this is another one of those holler box situations where if you just want to go right up right now, you need some kind of communication, you install this, follow this small little documentation. There's probably an API key or something stupid like that, but you just log into Facebook, give away your privacy. It's fine. But this works in a pinch.
Yeah, but then you really have to pay attention to your email. There's nothing worse than a bot.
It goes to Facebook, and then if you have your phone notify you every time you get a message, then your phone's gonna light up. But there's ways around that. But this is a pretty quick solution to saying, I need live chat. I want to use Facebook. I'm on it anyways. So install this and go.
MiniChat took me probably about 7 hours to get configured, fully get configured, because I wanted to learn it. So I was like, all right, well, I'll sit here and play with it. But yeah, that took forever to get all the scripting set up.
Was that because you geeked out on it, or because it's actually that complicated?
It's a lot of workflow stuff. So it's if you ask the bot something, the bot will pop up and say, oh, here's a menu. Pick one of these things you want to pick from. And you can pick that. And it's like, notify me if the show goes live. And then it'll actually notify you when our show goes live. And
that's a big treat.
Yeah, that was really big with MLMs.
Can you see all of the, a giant choose your own adventure map?
It's a giant choose your own adventure map. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
MLMs used to have that. Remember when that was the thing when they were doing essential oils and they'd be like, hey, are you interested? Click this. And then it would just go to a messenger thing and be like, all right, here's what you're going to do. And it was a whole loop. Those were really big.
Yeah, this thing's pretty fun.
Never did it.
Ooh.
Anyway, we got on a tangent on messengers. Holy moly.
I've only ever had friends on Facebook try to hit me up to do stuff with our MLMs. I've never had a messenger bot do it. It's
I've never had it on Twitter.
It's always someone I knew from high school who just wants to espouse the.
Hey, dude, we used to kick it by the track. You want to sell essential oils? Remember when we were in PE and we were just walking the track and we used to talk about essential oils, brother? I have a deal for you.
I really thought that was a gimme gender split there. I didn't think that was something that impacted the male spectrum of old friendships. I thought that was only on the female side.
No.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know.
Yeah. So
Right.
the other thing that I've been playing around with is Give. So
Yeah.
I'm actually building a thing on my site. It's going to be called the Russ is Poor Fund, and I'm going to have a donation set up. And like that was always a joke when I was growing up. It's like, hey, do you have a dollar for the Russ is Poor Fund? I'd like to get a cookie. Like that was the thing in high school. So I've been playing around with Give, and I'm trying to relearn how to set up donations. But
why don't you call it the Russ furloughed plan instead of Russ?
ooh, I mean, because I'm not furloughed, so everything's all good and groovy.
I don't know.
Nuh-uh. Wait, man.
Then how are you? Then how you can't be like, oh, well, never mind. I'll give you shit about that later.
Oh no. So it's purely like a joke, and like the thing, like when you bring it up in a conversation, you're like, Russ is poor. Something like, wouldn't it be funny if there's actually a link that you could send people and it's actually like a thing? Like, I think it's funny. So I Give, fun. But I've also been more active on Twitter and jumping into the conversations on Give, and so I want to be able to answer those kind of things back. And there's a lot of people looking for ways to take donations online.
I was gonna say, if you really want to have a Russ's Poor Fund, have you considered starting up an OnlyFans?
Ooh, and OnlyFans. I might do Patreon other than OnlyFans. Like I'm not a cam model, so I don't want to get on OnlyFans. But I might Patreon.
You don't want to send people pictures of your feet. I totally understand.
That's actually if you go and you look for OnlyFans, like most of the things you're gonna see are not safe for work. Is all I'm saying. But if you're home and you work from home right now, go ahead Twitter it right now.
I just searched that, and the first thing came up was HackerOne. So I don't know.
HackerOne.
I don't know.
So one of the things I've been playing around with lately is I mentioned it. I mentioned it 2 weeks ago, but it's the Gutenberg template library. I actually misunderstood what this was, right? And so if you go to the template library under the Gutenberg template library, you actually can copy and paste those blocks into vanilla Gutenberg with no other plugins, and you get these layouts inside of Gutenberg that are editable. It's pretty awesome.
So a top block has those where like you have pre-selected kind of layouts. Are you saying that this is for that?
So again, vanilla Gutenberg, you don't need any plugins. All of these layouts that are showing you literally copy paste the code, and you've got these layouts in vanilla Gutenberg.
That's great.
Dude, this is pimp. Dude, this is
I had no idea.
I
started using
with the 5-minute install.
It's a little confusing at first as to what it is, but once you start playing with it, it's pretty powerful.
It just blocks
share a link.
I guess templates. This is the problem here. Our nomenclature is just like blown out of the water at this point with like blocks, libraries, templates, layouts. Like
totally. So
I'm loving.
How does this work?
So Jason, I know it's weird. What they give you is they give you a piece of code. You literally just paste it into a paragraph block, and they give you the CSS. You put it in the customizer, and it gives you this, and it's still editable. It's still editable in Gutenberg. I know it's weird.
Steve,
it is wild.
What? Okay, I thought Gutenberg was supposed to make this thing easy, and now we're literally pasting in a bunch of MySpace crap to make your site work.
This is the new tutorial. Instead of saying go and copy this and put this in your function PHP, this is now go and put this in your Gutenberg block.
You could resurrect your MySpace page, Russ, and you could totally tell people how to make their
Russ,
thing.
we should submit some dancing baby blocks.
I have a question.
Dude, I want to have a scrolling marquee.
God damn it.
Like Eat It Joe's. Like, dude.
What you got, say?
A real question about this. Is it just puts the blocks in there, right? So now the blocks are in there. Or it's the default set of blocks. All it is. I know that. Yeah. But then it makes the blocks that are in the layout, it makes them appear, right? So you don't just have that paragraph template tag. It's like now you have a setup of a bunch of blocks with different.
It's literally you add a block, you paste in the code, and it everything that you're seeing here is just there, and it's got editable parts that are like editable text, images.
Then it doesn't matter if you remove that other paragraph block, right?
Where's this link, Jason?
If you need to sell something that needs a cube that has drippy stuff on the bottom, you paste this in and it does it?
You paste in the code and you paste in the CSS and it's done.
How is this helping you? I don't understand. This is dumb. This is dumb.
I'm telling you,
no way. This
save
is
a ton
insane.
of time with this. Yeah.
How is this helpful for somebody who's like trying to build a website?
Because
I'll tell you the
they
one.
just build page layouts.
So
They-
I'll tell you the one that we use that's similar to this. It's called, and that has nothing to do with WordPress, but it's called Tailwind UI.
Oh, yeah.
Tailwind UI has the same kind of components, but available in Tailwind. Here you go.
well,
Yeah.
So these are starting components to work with that you just sort of paste in, and then you use within your Tailwind design. These are the ones we use.
Right.
I think I'm trying to double check with the link, but pretty sure Atomic Block has those same layout things, by the way. Because like they just have blocks layout.
It just
You can
seems
just,
weird that we
So,
took like this drag and drop thing, and then we made it so you can paste in this just blindly just paste in all this crap in there, and then stuff shows up on your site, and you're like, cool, how do I do this again? Oh, I should make a text file called paste this in later, and then I'll have to redo the whole thing all over again.
But like with
That's
Atomic
weird.
Block, Atomic Blocks has their own container and their own things that they do things. So they
Yeah,
have preset of those. This straight
Right.
vanilla Gutenberg, you can place this anywhere just in a custom
Exactly.
HTML block.
well, you
This
still
is
need
pimp.
CSS. You still need the CSS. That means it's not totally completely like. And
Yeah, but right in the
But they have to copy the
customizer, like
CSS.
I add stuff customizer all the time.
I know
When
well,
I'm lazy and rusted to commit to Git,
You do.
leave, it goes into the customizer.
Yeah, I was talking about end user, not people who are, like CSS.
Yeah, but you're read. You teach people to do this, so go put it in the customizer.
I don't know. I'm not telling nobody to go in the customizer.
Steve, this bothers me. I'm still bothered
All
by
right.
this.
Why?
This is great.
I don't
No, I'm
understand.
on Team
funky,
Steve
dude.
right now. I'm on Team
Hey,
Wikipedia
it's-
right now.
I thought it was funky as well. Try it, and you'll be on board.
I mean, this is the whole point of where we're going with Gutenberg.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have a header and a footer, and then everything else in the middle.
This is a lot better than like, here, go do this one time install or import and this thing set up, and then you figure out. This is great.
I want to talk about my thing.
Yeah, please do.
Let's do it.
Please talk about your thing.
I want to talk about the thing I'm playing with, which is what you guys keep saying, which is driving me insane.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. When you
What
said
is it?
I was like, wow.
Hmm.
It's Facet WP. I've actually been.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I've made.
search is amazing.
Yeah, well, I've made some things with it for different things, but what I really like about it is that there's all this data, right? You've got all this data in your database, and I love using the database and pulling the data out, right? And being able to sort that stuff and find it. So there's a lot of uses for this. Directories, and the one that I'm using lately has been maps for different clients.
Ooh.
But it's just really nice. It makes it so easy for the end user to add stuff that looks really complicated, and is just using the database, then just filtering stuff out, and it's all based around categories.
More plugins should be set up like this. It's very clean UI, and it's very like, once you understand the documentation, it's so easy together.
Yeah, again, I wouldn't necessarily say this is like basic user stuff, but like for like it would be a lot to have to build this out each time, and build something that does all this when it's really right there. And then you can style it, obviously, however you need to. But like, this is one of my favorite things. It's really powerful, and it really uses
Each one of those things on a map is a post type.
Well, no,
So
the map was, so they could be either different things, but it'd be like you could do posts, and maybe you had like, here where all if you have a community blog, here's where all the posts are coming from. You could have that.
Cool.
Like, you can basically, that's just the map part, but you could sort. You can even do the basic thing of just sorting posts in a blog. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Like basic, like
Yeah.
And
what
then do it by
instead of-
category or author or
and
whatever.
narrow it down, as opposed to having to go scroll through stuff.
When I used to work at the mortgage company, I used to have Facet running, and so we used to scrape our mortgage rates from our lender, and we used to pull it in to our database, and it would go into a post type called rates. And then on the other end, we actually had that where you can sort by rate and how much you wanted. And I built a calculator just by using that. I mean, that's taking it. I was a nerd. I had a lot of time on my hands, but all I'm saying is, like, you can take that. build really cool things with a plugin. I say simple with a plugin that I want to say does one thing well and just it searches. There's no other click this other thing to get pop-ups. Like this does that well.
Yeah,
So,
I like that about
it. In kind of the same vein, sort of related, not really search, but one of the things that we're utilizing pretty on most of our projects now at Zeek is GraphQL. And so GraphQL lets you get any piece of data out of WordPress, but better than what's in the current endpoints of WordPress. This lets you actually query data, but externally through WordPress. So you can really drill down and get just the data that you need if you're building this into another application.
That's fucking
this
great.
Is good for,
wow.
This is what we're talking about. This is using the back end of WordPress for the user to be able to just easily put stuff in there and not have to worry about some complicated user interface for adding data.
So this is how we integrate with Gatsby.
Nice. This is actually giving me, this is, well, I knew this, but like I've never seen this site for some reason. I don't know.
The GraphQL plugin for WordPress is pretty powerful.
Yeah.
And pretty awesome.
Cosper, what'd you got?
Yeah. So something that I have really been doing a lot of lately is the needs for like my projects and stuff like that. I don't need a lot of like super deep Google Analytics stuff for my projects. I just need to kind of have an idea that people are visiting my site and like where they're going and effectively how they got there. I don't need to see that they came from Illinois or Ireland or something like that. So what I've been using is this called Fathom. Fathom is this really great stats package, super simple. Jason's got the demo up now. So it basically shows you where stuff's coming from, like, where the refers are coming from, the content that people are visiting. It drills down a little bit more. It's like kind of. However, it's just like Jetpack. It's hosted externally, and also, unlike Jetpack, you don't need to install a kitchen sink plugin to get your stats. So Fathom is a
by itself.
Where are the stats stored?
Fathom is a paid service. It's $14 a month, but if you are a little nerdier like me, there's an open source component of Fathom that's available on GitHub, and effectively you can install Fathom into your own hosting. To go one step further, DigitalOcean has a droplet that you can basically just do one click, $5 a month instead of 14, and you have your own Fathom setup ready to go. And that self-hosted Fathom setup is compatible with the WordPress plugin that is available in the repo for Fathom Analytics. Nice. So basically, and here's the great thing about this, as someone who's performance minded, the JavaScript for Fathom is under 2K, where the JavaScript
just
for
like Google Analytics.
What's that?
I said just like Google Analytics.
Right. What do we remember what the size of the Google Analytics JavaScript is? It's something like 70K. Something.
It boots up Windows is what it does.
Right.
It boots up your overlords is what it really does.
It boots up Windows. That's hilarious.
Which is it's fine. It's fine if it's fine if you're using Tag Manager. It's fine if you're using all of the little things that Google Analytics let you drill down into. But if you're not and you need something simpler, Fathom is so great. It basically gives me something I can look at, shows me, who's coming to my site and, what pages they're visiting.
But if you do want that, if you do want all that stuff, Google has a plugin called Google Site Kit, and you install the plugin and literally you say, I want to install analytics, and you click a button and it takes you to analytics and you set up all your stuff you want. And then you can say, I want to use Tag Manager and click this and set that up. So I've been using Site Manager because I have been putting like PPC campaigns together, and I have been putting like tracking on some of the advertising that I've been doing lately. So Google Site Kit is something that I'm using, and it's basically click, give some credentials, tell it what container you want to use for analytics and tag manager and stuff like that. And then it runs. No more having to like go get the snippet and put it in your header and then go get the other snippet and put it in the body. Like this just does it for you.
That's cool.
Yeah, dude, this is great.
All right.
I like it.
Hey, we shared a lot of information today.
Wow, this was a valuable call.
We helped
Hey,
a lot
well,
of people.
Folks, I want to say thank you very much for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. Go over to our website over at WPwatercooler.com, so you can click on the links over there to subscribe. If you want to listen to us and not watch us, you can do that as well. Go over to WPwatercooler.com/subscribe to learn how to subscribe to all the different podcast places where you can listen to us and enjoy our content. Thank you very much. You have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, peoples.
Later, later.